second straight fairly lopsided win, and you put up almost 500 yards of offense. From inside the locker room, from what you guys talked about on the sideline, how good does this feel, and where do you feel this offense is?
This feels great. Finally back to 500, which we're trying to do at Tulane, and we had an upset there. But I mean, the defense gave us the ball a lot of times in good field position, and the second half we had some good drives, which I felt ate up the clock, and also able to get the momentum back on our side. So it definitely feels good. Everyone's excited.
You had these drives, but you also had 4 short rushing touchdowns. The offense had taken a little bit of grief about the red zone offense. What did you see in the Memphis defense that you were able to take advantage of to get those 4 scores in from short yardage?
In the first one, I guess with Zach on this 2-yard line, we're able to get the edge fairly easy. I mean, he broke some tackles to get in, and Garrett also punched it in on an option. He's buried it up there, and I mean, Rashad at the end of the game just decided to get him a touchdown. I mean, we just blocked as well as we could.
Are you guys blocking differently up front? Because there have been a couple of games earlier in the season where the red zone offense hasn't always gotten you in the end zone. Have you changed up the blocking, or is it just a matter of getting used to the guys next to you and a little more experience and comfort level?
I think it's definitely experience. I mean, we're a veteran group now. We've played, I think, 8 games, is that right? So, I mean, we had to take a little time to get used to each other, but now we know where everybody's going to be, and we're getting up on the linebackers, which is really good, so it feels good.
Is that the biggest badge of honor for an offensive line, when you can sort of impose your will from short range and punch it in from inside the red zone?
Definitely. I mean, it feels good to put the team on your back, and everyone knows it's because the offensive line and some good running that gets the ball in the end zone.
Zach Line passes Craig James for 3rd on the all-time SMU rushing list. Where does that rank in terms of the badge of honor thing for the offensive line? Because obviously he doesn't get those yards without you guys leading the way up front, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, he's an awesome back. I mean, it feels good, and he always gives us love. We like to take a little honor in that. I mean, Craig James is an awesome player here, and I'm excited for Zach to pass him.
Of those rushing touchdowns, Zach gets 1 of them. Garrett Gilbert gets 2 of them. Is he now going to be your go-to back in the short yardage?
Probably not. We like to keep our quarterback healthy and not getting hit, but Garrett did a good job on that scrambling to get the touchdown, and I mean, he had that 1-yard rush or whatever, and it's good for him to get in, showed his strength.
Is the lopsided score more important, or those long drives that you talked about where you're able to chew up some clock?
I think the long drives, because I mean, if we get the ball in our possession, that means defense is not, or their offense is not scoring. I mean, the points are going to come. We also had those long balls from Garrett, which felt good, and the DJ, that yard after catch was very nice. Kept our stamina going, so we didn't have to have like a 15-play drive every time.
Last week against Houston, Garrett threw for 4 touchdowns. This week he goes over 300 yards for the first time. He scores a couple on the ground and then also threw the long one to Derek Thompson. And he finished the game with 14 straight completions. I know you don't have the greatest view of him when you're leading the way up front, but can you call this his best game as a Mustang?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's been getting better every week. Last week he had a lot of improvement. And today, I think first half wasn't as where we wanted it, but second half was awesome, I thought. And I didn't even know he had 14 straight completions, but that's pretty cool for him.
Walking by the locker room after the game, sounded pretty loud in there. You guys obviously feel good after a win. What's the temperature of this team right now? You're back to 4-4, and you got 4 games to go down the stretch. Where's the confidence level and the overall attitude of this team?
I mean, we're obviously excited to be back to 500. I mean, we're not going to look too far down the road. We got UCF, who's a good opponent, so we got to focus on them, and it's going to be tough to play them at their house in Orlando. So that's our main concern right now.
Is this team playing at the level you expected to be at by this point in the year?
Yeah, I mean, our defense has been playing great all year. I mean, they played good today, and offense is finally picking it up. I think that's what everybody's been waiting for.